Let me. Now we are.
Okay. Well, hello. Hi. Nice to have you here. This is AM Dunnewin, the amazing author of A Cursed Age and a couple other special novels I will mention at the end. Nice to have you. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Get the jitters.
Exactly.
I'm just super excited. I feel like I've been admiring you for so long. So it's like, oh my gosh,
Aw,
little pinch me. Like, I can't believe that I'm talking to her like this.
you're so
Um,
sweet.
well, I didn't tell you, but so one of the like I think one of the very, if not the first ARC that I had was your ARC. Yeah, I did SM Gaither's novel and then I had yours. So I'm like,
Oh,
so this was like one of the first books that I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta tell the world about it. I'm like super stoked. Like they need to know. It's really cool. And I'm like, have five friends that are following me, like they need to know.
oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
But hey, yeah, well, here we are. Do you want to tell us a little about A Cursed Age, or do you want to give us a little synopsis?
Sure, it's there's a lot going on as you know in that book.
Yes.
But it's an alternate history that has it's kind of like early steampunk era during the
Hmm.
Napoleonic Wars. And so it's
Yes.
about a cursed pirate who's stuck in the West Indies, and the only way he's able to get off them is through an airship that ends up kind of stalling at one of the islands that he's on, and they take him aboard, and then the rest of it's just this action adventure trying to find his ex-lover who cursed him so he can break the curse.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So you mentioned steampunk. So steampunk is like a subgenre of science fiction, and it's like the 19th and 20th century, and you mix in like history and science and technology, and it's like mega super cool. And when I first read it, I like kept thinking of Treasure Planet. So you know how like there's like the big air balloon, and that's kind of like how you describe the next the Emmeline Whitcock, the female main character. So she has the Nyx, which is the vessel that her brother had designed and she made it come to life and um yeah, so like that's what I kept picturing when you were describing the mix. Like I was like, there's this mega cool thing up in the air. If you had to mention some tropes, what do we hit?
Oh, this would definitely be probably like star-crossed lovers, found family,
Mm-hmm.
probably gothic romance because it does
Yeah,
have that dark turn to it.
yeah.
And probably this, I would say the strong FMC and the morally gray MMC,
Hmm.
because I think Ryland's definitely morally gray.
Yeah.
And Emmeline, even though she's a lot more reserved, she's also a very strong character.
Yeah. If I could throw in there, I think like maybe coming into your own, coming into your powers, because like Emily
Yeah.
just has this whole like self-discovery aspect. And I think with the evil villain, I guess if you want to call her, Gwennifer, I guess maybe like the magic aspect, like the science, like the science fiction, the mermaids.
Yes.
There's
The
so
Greek
much. There's
mythology.
yeah, there's so much. Like I don't know how you manage to put all these little tidbits together and like make it all cohesive and then like slam in the history, slam in the Napoleonic Wars, like it all flowed. Like it was so cool.
Oh,
It was
thank
so
you.
immersive.
Well, it's so entertaining trying to tell people about it because I'm like, yeah, it's about this cursed pirate, but there's like mermaids, but then there's like an airship, and then it's like the Napoleonic Wars, and people are just like, what? And I'm like, it works. I promise.
Yeah. I first like started telling my friend about it. She was like, "That's a lot. Like, doesn't it like all like get like mixed together?" I'm like, "No, it literally like flows. Like, it makes sense."
It
Um,
works.
I don't know how you did it, but you sprinkled some magic in there. Um, you mentioned love and betrayal and redemption. And they're some of the driving forces for the main characters. Do you see that as one of the most central aspects of it?
It's definitely a heavy aspect. Yeah.
Mhm. If do you think that love can conquer all, or love can redeem? Even if it doesn't conquer, can it still redeem you?
I think it does. And in this story, even though it does have a tragic ending, it is still has that redeeming quality. It is love that ends up in a way saving Ryland.
Um, how do you think that the with the Napoleonic era being like that back end of it and having the battle of the air the battle with like trying to with people trying to steal the airships and with trying to battle Guinevere and all that coming in. Do you think that history is a main contributor to what inspired you to write the novel, or was it more like science fiction, or what was your big like push to go in this avenue for your book?
It was kind of the history part. I've always loved steampunk, but then there's always that question of, well, if it was in the Victorian age, like how would it have started? And
Yeah.
then just doing different research, I found out like hot air balloons, I think started in 1791. They actually were tying boats to them, trying to experiment. And so it kind of became this, well, what if it worked? What if they actually could do that? And I also found out Napoleon during the wars would use hot air balloons as lookouts. So I was like,
Hmm.
okay, well, if they were able to make airships go, then he definitely would have had a fleet. And so it was just this whole what if question, but it very much started with history and how that science fiction could have played if it had actually like turned out differently.
You mentioned the Victorian era, and I'm like, ooh, trains.
Right?
Also, my mind went, man, so you're a closet history nerd like me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, love history, love dark history. That's actually why I wrote my last trilogy about the
Mhm.
executioners because I was like fascinated with executioners. And so it just became this
Really?
whole like what if question, like what if it was a female? What if she lived in this type of era? And yeah, it just spirals.
Oh my gosh, now I'm like super intrigued like how you'd go about that. So like I haven't really like honestly I haven't really looked too much into like the executioners and all that, but I guess like if you think about the development of like the guillotine and oh wait, oh wow, my woo, there, oh that's dark. That's
Oh yeah.
quirky. Oh well, hello spooky season. Um, with the main male character, Ryland, him being a pirate and being immortal, being haunted, do you think that your feelings for him changed throughout the course of the novel as you were writing him, or do you think that you just had that picture in your mind of how you wanted him to be and like his persona?
It kind of stayed the same. I did really start to like him a little bit more as the novel went on. When the ending came, I actually hated it. It kind of disturbed me for a couple months. Um, but I really respected the fact that, he'd gone through so much and he even grew just meeting
Mhm.
Emmeline and the crew. And so I had that idea about him, but it did expand quite a bit as I was writing.
Yeah, even like when you were explaining, when he was describing his experience, like with him looking still young, but still having that mental of like, oh, but I'm so old, like my soul, and how he missed being able to like have that shadow. And I think that that was a really cool little tidbit that you threw in there of like him missing the ability to be able to show on the outside how he was feeling on the inside. And I think that that was like a ooh like wow, this man's gone through a lot and he's like traversing this whole life experience. And that was cool. Like he was stuck in this vision that people would have of him, but he was so much more. um yeah, I don't know. My emotions with him were all over the place. In the beginning, I was like, "Oh, this poor man," and then I was like, "Ugh," and then I was like, "Oh." But yes, he took me on a journey.
No, he
Oh,
he's definitely has his like little shit moments. Like he's very morally gray. Like
yes. I mean, I think overall I really liked him, and I
good.
think other people will like him too. He's like
Perfect.
sassy. He's sassy. Um, the crew was fun. The crew of the Knicks, they were kind of like misfits. They had like everything to lose but like these little driving forces. Which one was the most fun for you to write?
Ooh, I loved Captain Dormer because I just thought he was so funny. But I also loved writing Porter because he's very witty and very
Hmm.
sarcastic in his way. But Captain Dormer kind of holds a small place in my heart because he really looks out for Emmeline. He, is that father figure, but at the same time, he's like, I don't know, he's just so funny.
When I was like brainstorming, I was like writing my notes too. I was like trying to pick my favorite little side one. And I wrote Porter, quick and snappy. Miguel, the quick talker.
Yes.
Like I was like, ooh, like I think Miguel, I think he's funny. I think that the way that
Miguel is
he
funny.
that like because I'm a yapper and the way that like when you first introduced him and they were in the bar and he was like getting the beers and he's like I'm not waiting like I'm talking to all these guys, they're my new BFFs, and Cutter and Porter were like oh no, just like maybe he's doing something useful, and I'm like you know what, yeah. Yeah, we're the spy, we get the intel. So I don't know, I think I have a little thing for Miguel. As like one of those little did any of those characters get influenced by anyone in your life, or were they all just a figment of your imagination? You just like running rampant.
Kind of just running rampant. It was just a mixture of different personalities I know, even different personalities I've seen on TV. So it's just kind of like a hodgepodge of just a bunch of people.
Okay. Um, do you think that with the book having like the second chances aspect, um, with love or with revenge or with identity, I'm trying to think like how does it factor into transcending the curse?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I don't know. I think it's more of just,
Oh, do you want to mention what the curse is? Do you want to talk about the curse? We're like talking about all these things, and I'm
I
like,
was
oh,
like,
like one of the things, like,
so the curse is basically Ryland can't die. And it's all because, do you want the backstory?
let's go, let's go, let's go.
So the reason why he was a little shit is because he had an ex-lover who's a sea witch. She
Mhm.
was also doing some shady things on his vessel, killing off his men so she could have their blood to gain more power. So he ends up overpowering her, and they have kind of this little feud, but he ends up tying her to the mast of his ship and burns the ship down. Kind of the whole ode to burning witches. Um, in
Oh,
retaliation, she comes back and ends up
okay.
saying, okay, well, if I can live forever, you're going to live forever, basically with your guilt and your crimes of trying to kill me. But you can never leave the West Indies. And so he's literally stuck there as a pirate and can't die. And she basically ruined his life that way because now everything he loved, it's now ruined for him because it's gone on for so long. He's seen too much. Everyone around him has died. Every time he tries to get on a ship, it ends up sinking because she has mermaids come and basically drag him back. That's kind of where the mythology comes from.
Mhm.
But the whole second chance and the love and redemption basically was him, I think, owning the fact of what he did. Because there is that moment where he's like, yeah, I kind of fucked up. It was bad. But also, he helps Emmeline know her true colors. So, kind of condemning one woman, he ends up helping another one. And
Okay.
she's the one who, in turn, helps him by breaking the curse. And
Yeah.
I'll do that because I don't want to see the ending.
Yeah, you did that so well. I'm like all over the place. I'm like talking about this and that, and we're like, wait, we talked about. I like mentioned Guinevere, but I was like, wait, I didn't mention she was a sea witch, and then we're talking about him like not being able to develop, not being able to get old on the outside, and I'm like, wait, I didn't even mention the curse. I'm just so excited, but it's like running through my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait. No one knows. No one knows how good this is. No one knows the epicness that I have in my mind. Oh my gosh. So you mentioned the West Indies, you mentioned the Napoleonic eras, but what are some of the places that we visit?
So we go from the West Indies to New Orleans, which
Hmm.
is very interesting because I show like the voodoo aspect of it.
Hmm.
Ryland ended up living and kind of fighting in the Haitian Revolution.
Hmm.
And I didn't even know this, but in history, a lot of the refugees and a lot of people from there went to New Orleans. And that's
Hmm.
kind of where Creole came from.
Yep.
So I introduced a lot of that history. You learn a lot about the curse and what he did in New Orleans, which kind of adds more of that haunting aspect, which I love New Orleans for, because it kind of has its own dark history.
Yeah.
Um, After that, we kind of headed through the Mediterranean and we end up in Venice. So the story actually starts in Venice, which is where Guinevere the Sea Witch is, and then it
Mhm.
ends in Venice.
Yes. And then there's also Port Rue and
Yep.
there's a lot. We'll travel. We'll travel. If you were to imagine a spin-off or a sequel, what perspectives would you visit or what locations would you visit?
Ooh, I would definitely go back to the West Indies. In fact, I might even retrace the steps because I I want to write a sequel. I just can't come up with like a good enough idea because I kind of liked how the book ended. But I
Hmm.
have been toying with one, and so I was thinking they would probably retrace their steps, maybe have a little bit more in like the American colonies at the time, or maybe even in London. But I really liked how the West Indies and New Orleans and Venice all kind of played out.
Of the vessel just in general. Like
Oh,
throw
what was
that in there too.
what was that? My internet got all weird.
Oh, you did freeze. Oh, sorry, it glitched. Oh, I was asking if you would include in there a little bit of Emmeline and her brother and like their relationship and how they came up with this whole idea to begin with, and just maybe exploring like a little origin story more.
I would deep dive more into that. I'd also show how Emmeline comes more into her own, how they would build kind of more of a business based off the airship and how she's kind of gone on in life without certain aspects of what was in the last story, but also holding her own.
I like it. I like it. Um, what if you had to like tell someone about your book and you had to describe it in like one sentence and it was like the attention grabber, like think movie trailer style, well, what would it be? Like hook
Oh,
'em.
I'm like, there's so much. Probably a cursed pirate who gets on an airship in order to destroy his ex-lover.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We like revenge.
Right? Just go straight for the murder. It's fine.
I mean, it is Halloween season. Get them.
Exactly.
I'm gonna ask you a quirky question.
Yeah.
If you were cursed with immortality like Ryland, but you had to stay on the ship for all eternity, what would you name the ship? And what would be your go-to eternal snack?
Ooh, the snack would definitely be pizza because I can never seem
Pizza.
to get tired of it. And I actually probably would name it the Nyx, because I named it after the Greek goddess Nyx, which is the goddess of the night, and I
Mhm.
absolutely love her because she's the only goddess that Zeus actually fears. So I would probably still name the airship Nyx.
She's a badass.
Right.
If you were to accidentally summon a sea witch like Gwen, and you were trying to make your chai tea at midnight during a reading binge, what three magical items would you offer her in exchange for not cursing you?
Ooh.
And why? And why?
Oh, darn. Um, think she is a girl who loves jewelry, so I'd probably offer some sort of like necklace or something, be like, here's something shiny, like go away. I
Think of the
would,
cat here too.
yeah, I'd be like, here, go get it. I would get her a candle because she, um, too alludes to the fact that she does have burn scars on her. So I'd be like, hey, here's a candle. Why don't you go wreak havoc somewhere else? Probably I would get her a book or a journal because she needs to write her feelings down.
She has a lot of feelings. Girl,
She's
you
got a
need
lot
some
to unpack.
therapy. You need some therapy.
I'd be like,
Those are
here's a
good.
pen and paper. Go figure it out.
That was good. That was good. But talking about therapy, I guess we can segue into you. So you have a BA in psychology,
Yes.
which is super freaking amazing. I applaud you for going down that
Oh,
route.
thank you.
How do you find a balance between the two career choices, the super cool writer, the imagination and all that, and then helping everyone and the psychology?
So the psychology I've actually been using more for my books. My day job, I'm actually a paralegal. So I work in a law
What?
firm. I know. I was like, there's
Okay,
a
okay.
twist.
That's news to me. Okay. Sorry. So continue on this paralegal.
Yeah. Yeah, so I ended up going into the law aspect because I had wanted to become kind of like a criminologist. I graduated in 2009 in the middle of the Great Recession, so I couldn't continue with psychology. I'd have to wait a little bit, maybe even retake some classes because so much time was going to go by.
Mm.
So I ended up starting in a law firm, worked my way up to being a paralegal, which I do full time, and then the psychology part I use more in my books. And so
Wow.
usually I'll go to work and then at home I'll have like an hour before I have to start getting ready for bed and things like that. So I'll usually write during that time or I'll keep a notebook with me and I'll write during my lunches. A lot of the times weekends are when I get a lot done.
Okay, okay. How do you how do you with being so busy, how do you decompress? What's your go-to you relax time?
Definitely reading. I love reading all kinds of books or I'll put on an audiobook and just kind of zone out on the computer. I also will listen to music while I just kind of scroll. And usually, even though I'm like doom scrolling, I'll still be thinking about like story ideas because just daydreaming has always been kind of a hobby. So I end up coming up with ideas that way while also like relaxing.
Yeah, same. I just always have either music going or a book or audiobook. Um, how do you navigate tough emotions in a healthy way?
Writing. That's why all my stories are probably violent, but writing I actually use a lot as kind of my therapy. I can put a lot of emotions in the characters that I'm feeling. I have tried journaling. I can never stick with it, but creating stories, putting characters through situations, helping them figure things out in a way kind of helps me figure out my things.
When did you discover your love for writing? Was this something that you've always just
Oh yeah.
done?
Yeah, I've been writing since I was a kid. I loved art. I used to draw a lot. I actually had first wanted to be an artist before I went into psychology. But I found writing, instead of just, painting or drawing a scene, you can actually create a whole life. And I really just liked that aspect that you could make this person, turn them into anything that you want. You can make them more relatable. And I just found that so much more fun.
Yeah, and in essence, you're painting with your words too, because like you're so detailed, like the way that you described things, it made it so easy to picture the scenes in my mind. It even just something as simple as like he said, Rylan said, like, close my eyes and I can still picture like the ships on the ground in the sea ground and the ocean floor. Like you're really talented.
Oh, thank you.
You're really talented. What's thing that you've learned one thing that you've learned about yourself through the challenges of navigating the book world?
Definitely, I have a lot more patience than I like to admit. And I did learn how to time manage quite a bit from doing marketing and writing books and also navigating life, which I found has been very eye-opening for me because I always was kind of, flying by the seat of my pants. But then when I finally was like, take this seriously, get a schedule, be consistent, and just doing that, I kind of proved to myself it can be done. It's tiring, but you can do it.
Perseverance.
Exactly.
Yes. What's been your favorite part of it?
Of just
Besides
right.
having besides having all your favorite characters can play. Sorry.
That's actually it. I
Oh no
love
way!
No, because I love like having this idea of a character and then getting to kind of play with them, seeing how they evolve. Because I'll have an idea, but then they'll kind of take a life of their own, which is just so entertaining. Because I'll read a page and be like, "Who wrote this? Like, that's not who I thought it was gonna be." And then at the end of the story, it's like, "Oh my gosh, this turned into an actual story. Like, it has depth, it has meaning," and I find that so entertaining.
I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I guess that. But yeah, I mean, I guess that would be super cool. Like, and then seeing how people connect to your characters and how they can find little things to relate to. I think that that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
when readers like you who actually, say, this hit a certain way or I understood this concept, it's like, wow, like we're on the same page. Like I actually wrote what I meant to say.
I did a thing.
Exactly.
Um, do you, I can't take myself seriously, sorry. Well, I guess that's like way into the next one. Do you want to play a game?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll do rapid fire questions. You're gonna just say the first thing that comes to mind for you, okay?
Ruh-roh. Okay.
Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. It's just
Okay.
for us to learn a little more about you. We already know you love pizza.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea. Any specific tea?
I love chai tea. Chai tea or Earl Grey.
Ooh, dark.
Yeah.
Okay. I like chamomile. I really like
Oh,
chamomile.
yes.
And chai. Um, early bird, night owl.
Ooh, I am a night owl by heart, even though I do try to be an early bird, like especially for work, but no, definitely a night owl.
Favorite holiday.
Halloween.
Favorite candy.
Ooh, chocolate.
Oh yes! I can't
I
stand
like
when people
anything
say like,
chocolate.
oh my gosh, when people say like Jolly Ranchers, and I'm like, no, like I don't want to, like I just want instant gratification. Let me have it and then like move on.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Um, guilty pleasure.
Ooh, um, probably just reading like past my bedtime. I always lose track. Actually, no, I take that back. Guilty pleasure would be listening to the Lore podcast because I love the way he narrates it and I love dark history, but it scares the crap out of me because I'm actually a total chicken shit.
Same.
So,
Oh my gosh.
so yeah. So no, listening to like lore, like right now I'm listening to the audiobook Slewfoot. It's amazing, but it has that creepiness to it that I'm like, oh, like I don't know if I can listen to this, but I keep
Is
listening
it?
to it.
Does it? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that Super
It's
was
really
creepy.
It's
Okay.
really good. Just the vibe. I'm just like, oh, like this is kind of gonna get dark.
It's on my TVR, but I'm such a freaking wimp. Like I
Same.
kid you not. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little something. You're gonna laugh at me, but it's fine. So I cannot watch scary movies all the way through. I need breaks. And so it like irritates my
Hey.
husband. It irritates my husband because I need to like stand up. I need to walk away, or I don't even finish it in the same sitting. And then I end up having to watch like cartoons or Food Network because yeah, I'm such a freaking wuss.
No, same. It's like I love it. I love like The Haunting of Hill House. I love that show. But there are some scenes I still like have to close
I
my eyes and
still
look away. It
yeah.
creeps me out. Like the what is it, the broke neck lady? I'm like, oh my God, like I still cannot look at
Oh
her. Like
no,
I
the
see a clip of her and I'm
scream.
like, no.
The same way. I literally will be like, oh, I'll be like feeling that something's gonna come, and I'll be waiting for the jump scare, and like depending on how I'm feeling, I'll literally be like this with the pillow. I'm like, just tell me
Yeah.
when it's over. Just tell me when it's over. Or if something's like overly gory, I'm like, oh
Oh
no,
yeah.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
I
but I'm
get it,
always
girl.
doing this thing like
Like I want to know, but I don't want to know.
yeah, it's like I want to know. I'm like, no, never mind.
I'll be seeing it at like 2 o'clock in the morning in the back of my mind. Oh
Oh
no.
yeah. Oh, my
Oh
imagination
gosh.
takes it and I'll have nightmares. I'll start to think I'm hearing things. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm such a crazy vivid dreamer. Like it's insane. My
same.
imagination, whew, she's scary.
Yeah.
But okay. Superpower. What's your dream superpower?
Ooh, flying. I would love to fly.
Yes, flying. Oh my gosh, I would, or teleportation.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. Because I would just go everywhere.
Exactly. Let's see. Favorite season.
Fall. I love fall.
I'm a summer girly. I'm a summer girly. I even have a tattoo on my ankle of the waves and the sun rising.
Oh, how
But I
cute.
love fall. I love fall. I love all the feelings of it. I mean, I was born in September, so I guess intrinsically I have to love fall.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Favorite music artist.
Ooh. Ooh, I don't really have, well, okay, I love Hans Zimmer because I love listening to movie
Ooh.
scores whenever I can.
Da-da-dun-dun, da-da-dun-dun,
Yes. So like Hans
da-da-dun.
Zimmer, oh, I can't think of the other one. Oh, Danny Elfman, I love his stuff too. And there's like a bunch of other composer I love, but yeah, they're my go-tos.
Okay. I thought you were gonna tell me like a cool band. But I mean, yeah, let's see. Movie that you could watch over and over and over again.
Jurassic Park.
Really?
Just because it has everything I love, like in just storytelling, because it actually has the science fiction part. It has, at the time, the really cool like animatronics. Like it had really good, like CGI before CGI
Mhm.
came out. And then the drama, the suspense, the humor, like all of it, I just loved it. Like I don't get tired of that movie.
So the original, right? Number
Yes,
one.
the first one.
Okay. Okay. Favorite soda.
Favorite soda?
Mhm.
Probably just Coca-Cola.
Favorite place you've been to.
Ooh, London. I was a kid, but I still remember it and I still want to go back.
Yeah, London's so cool. Um, the tower. I'm thinking of the tower. I went to
Yeah.
visit with my family and the goosebumps that I had, but because like I had told you that I'm such a big history nerd, one of my favorite time periods is Henry VIII and
Yes.
all his wives, and it's so dark and it's so cool. And there's so much that happens and just everything. Um, but when I was like walking through, I was just like goosebumps and picturing all these poor women and like everything they went through and just it's so cool. And then thinking of Elizabeth. I'm gonna go. Okay, it's not history time. Um,
I'm just
sorry.
like, tell me more.
That's so cool. I mean, because like you could see the dents in like some of the walls or like some of the doors, and you could see the
Oh,
gate, and like it still had the sign that people would see when they were like coming in through the gate, like and boat. Yeah, yeah, it's so cool.
oh.
I'm like, yeah, yeah,
I was just like,
yeah.
yes.
And then your all-time favorite book.
Ooh, Rebecca. By Daphne Demure, I believe is how you say your last name. I always get it wrong.
Okay.
But I love that book. It is a gothic romance and it's got the best twisted ending that I have not come across yet. But it's about a woman who marries a wealthy man who had been married before, and his first wife was Rebecca. And just the way she writes the book, you think Rebecca's a ghost haunting her because all these people talk about how they miss her and the whole manor that they live in, Mandalay, it's all still like just reeking of Rebecca and just that haunting without a ghost. It was just so fascinating.
Ooh, wow. I've never heard of that book, and I have to go look it up. Oh, that's so cool.
It's really good. And Alfred Hitchcock did the movie and he did it pretty much verbatim. Like he
There's a
did,
movie.
yeah, actually there's two. There was a new one with Arnie Hammer, like a couple years ago, but Alfred Hitchcock actually the first passage you hear being narrated in the movie is from the book. He did have a softer twist to the ending. The book's savage. Like it's just like, oh, that's what happens, but it's still really good.
Wow, why have I not heard of it? I feel like I live under a rock. Well, speaking of rocks, um, I don't want to say give a spoiler to like hook everyone, but if you had to give a spoiler away, throw a little something at him. What would it be?
For this book or the new book?
Ooh, ooh, you pick. You tell us.
I guess we'll do for a cursed age. The spoiler is it is a tragedy, so beware, it has its own sadness to it. I think that's actually probably it. I don't want to give it away, but that's probably the biggest spoiler is if
Ooh,
something bad happens.
tell us about the new one then. You were willing to tell.
So the new one so I'm actually working on two. I'm working on a secret author collab, which I will be
Ooh.
telling more about, I believe, in December. So I'm working on that story, which is all hush hush. But I'm also working on Dead Descending, which is a dark gothic adventure story set on Mount
Ooh.
Everest. And it has to do with these group of friends going to bring one of their friends back who died, basically bring his body back. But the reason why he was up there is one of their other friends, like 4 or 5 years prior, had gone missing at Everest. And it may not have been natural causes that basically killed her and caused her to disappear.
Oh.
Kind of
Ooh.
like a thriller murder mystery in a sense.
Oh my gosh. You said Mount Everest, and I started picturing like the people that get like stuck up there, or the people
Yeah,
that die, and like how you can run across like bodies and stuff like frozen like all the way at the tippy top. And you said all that, and I'm like, ooh, it's dark. It's dark because like
very dark.
do they start turning on each other? Like what happens? Ooh, I like what in the internet hell? Oh gosh.
Rude, rude Zoom.
We scared Zoom. We gave it the spookies. We were talking about scary movies and Mount Everest and people turning on each other, and Zoom was like, "Nope, I'm gonna turn on you. Bye."
Yeah, I think it was the dead bodies. It was just like, no, like I can't handle this.
I can't have this being on my imprint.
Right?
Oh God. But I guess then, do you have any exciting announcements for us?
I did find out I have been accepted to join the Teas and Tropes Forbidden Love book event, which is happening next summer in Tennessee. So I know my first, well, it's like my second book signing, but my first out of state. So it's going to be exciting.
What? Wait, you don't really do signings? So
Not,
like,
not really.
oh my goodness. Okay, so you hear that, everyone? If there's a signing, run because it's special. I mean, it's
Exactly.
already special, but it's like more special.
I don't get out much.
What? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then do you want to mention Halloween Fest, Haunt Fest?
Yes, so my books right now this weekend, A Cursed Stage is $2.99, which is on sale
Mhm.
from being $5.99, which is its original price. And
Mhm.
then my trilogy, All the Dark Souls, is all three books are on sale for 99 cents.
Do you want to tell us a little backstory of a trilogy?
Yeah, so it is about a female executioner who finds a man bruised and beaten on the side of the road who turns out to be an assassin going after the same guy that she is actually supposed to execute. And one of them ends up having a change of heart, and it kind of sparks this whole chain reaction, which might leave one or both of them dead. Another dark
Okay.
story.
And I love it. It's so much fun. But thank you. This was fun.
Oh, it was. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much for your time. And I hope that you all go and look at AM Dunnewin's books and buy them and fall in love with them and get the goosies. And I mean, now you're getting the vibe that you need to read them this month. So go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.